Hey folks, welcome to Deer Corner. Glad to see you with me. It's going to be another beautiful day. We've been having rain. We had over 3¼ inches of rain in 48 hours a couple days ago. But the sun was out yesterday, and it's supposed to get up around 80 today. And I'm going to go out and do a little work in the food plot and try to get everything ready by the end of July, and then let everything sit. But yesterday, got up, had my coffee, had my breakfast, went out for a walk. I try to walk every day. And I was walking the trail, walking down through there, and stopped, seen some deer tracks. So I was looking at the deer tracks. And I was looking down. And as I slowly started looking up, just at the brim of my hat, I seen two hooves. I knew right away what it was. Oh, I 10, 15 feet from me. So I reached out of my back pocket real slow, and I got my phone set where you hit the button, the camera comes on. So I'm still looking down. I did not make eye-to-eye contact with the deer. And what I was doing was looking down in the face of my phone, was filming this doe. And I've never been this close to a doe or a deer that didn't blow, run, stomp. I was 10, 15 feet from her. And she seen me, she heard me, but she could not smell me. And it was a young doe. And in a previous video, that's something I mentioned. Your younger deer will use all three senses. They want to see, they want to hear, and they want to smell, and then they're going to run. But this young doe, she sat there, was trying to figure me out. So we had a little game going, who's going to move first. But she could not smell me. And naturally, she turned around and she walked away. She didn't run, she didn't flag, her tail didn't go up. She just turned around and walked away. So that is something that's never happened to me. But I believe if she got my scent, she would have been gone. Now, if it was an older, mature deer, an older buck or an older doe, she would have been gone. If she seen me, heard me, would have been gone. But it was a younger deer. And that is something that I'm going to bring up because it brought up a little topic there about scent. Now, your clothing, your shoes, your hat it's actually only about 30% of scent. What I mean by that is the scent you leave with your clothes, and that it's about 30% of your scent when hunting. And that a lot of people will sit and argue that, but if you keep your clothes clean and dry and put them on, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I don't use scent block. I don't use any scent block. If you walk into your house at Thanksgiving and you yourself can walk in and you can smell the turkey, you can smell the green beans, you can smell the pumpkin pie, you can smell the potatoes, you can smell what's being cooked. And you can even smell the burnt crust on the pie. You can pick each and every bit of what you're going to eat. You can smell the stuffing. And you can pick it out. Now, don't you think a deer can do that too? I'm not saying scent block don't work. I'm not saying it works. Don't get me wrong on that. But if you put scent block on your clothes, one, you're adding moisture. And when you add moisture on your clothes, you can walk by, rub something, and you can rub that moisture off and leave your scent. But don't you think a deer can separate it? If you can do it in your own house and smell what's there, don't you think a deer can do the same? But I'm just talking 30% is clothing. Now, I do a lot of walking now, especially now. I try to carry around 20 pounds with me when I do it. And that's to control my breathing. Now, when I ran into this doe yesterday morning, that was one thing I had to do, was control my breathing. I had to keep my breathing down to a minimum. Because breathing is 70 to 80% of your body scent while hunting. You're always breathing. Your breath is putting out, on the average, 40 to 50% moisture. You're blowing out constantly. And I don't or heard of anybody taking scent block yet and spraying it in their mouth trying to cover that. But your breathing is 70 to 80% of your body scent while hunting, because you're constantly breathing. And if you're out of shape and you go in the woods and you're packing your tree stand or you're packing your backpack or whatever you're taking in with you, and you get to the place you're hunting and you're winded and you're sitting there huffing and puffing, you're going to put out at least 60% moisture. The harder you work your body, the more moisture you're going to exhale. So that's going to bring your scent up. Especially on a cold, cool morning, because it's moisture, it's going to compress into a layer until the sun comes up and evaporates it. You're going to spread your scent. And that part of your scent you can't cover with cover spray. Especially if you're a smoker or you snuff or chew tobacco, that's coming out. That part of your scent and your breath is going to be coming out. But it's just something I thought about. And yesterday morning when I ran into the doe, I controlled my breathing. Now, if I was huffing and puffing and out of breath, she would have caught me. She would have caught me right away. But I controlled my breathing. And this is one reason why now I get out and try to walk every morning or do something so that when I go to the deer stand, I'm not winded. And you can use that to your advantage. I know that. You walk so far in, you get winded, stop. Don't get in a hurry. Don't get in a hurry to go to your stand. Don't get yourself winded. And then walk on. But yeah, your breathing and controlled breathing is 70 to 80% of your body scent while hunting, because you're always going to breathe. You're always going to be breathing up there. Regardless of what you spray on your clothes, you're going to be breathing. You're going to be leaving a scent. And that's just something I wanted to bring along. And glad you're with me. I'm going to be heading to the food plot here in a little bit. And like I say, when you're in the woods, be safe. Rather be safe than sorry. and go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button. And we'll see you again.